didn't choose God, but God chose them in Judges chapter 6. And it talked about, since God chose them in Exodus, it shows where God brought them out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage, but he gave them rules. Look at Judges chapter 6. He gave them rules. And he gave them rules and told them, you must abide by my laws. You must abide by my rules, by my ordinance, and I will give thee victory wherever you go. No matter how small you are, no matter how rejected you are, I'm going to give you victory. And so Judges chapter 6 talks about that the children of Israel, that's God's chosen people, they did evil in the sight of the Lord. In other words, God's people messed up before God. And that's not uncommon. God's people messed up before God, but God says that since you messed up before me, what I'm going to do, I'm going to allow your enemy, who you normally would beat, I'm going to allow them to win over you. In other words, I'm going to deliver you into their hands. 7 years you will be in your enemy's hands, and I'm going to allow them to have victory over you. But what we have to understand is that God do that. Thank you, y'all. That God does that because he wants to get our attention. God does that. We must understand that God loves us, and he loves us to a place, to the point that he will do whatever it takes to gather our attention back to him. And so it talks about this, and I'm not going to be long, it talks about this, that even that they did evil in the sight of the Lord, they knew how to get back to God. They knew how to find themselves going back to God. Touch somebody and tell them, find yourself back to God. That's right, find yourself back to God. Even when you fall down, get back up. Come on, talk to me, somebody. Even when things may not go your way, you have to get back up. Down is not an option. Help me, somebody. Staying down is not an option. We must experience in life, and we must know that in life, we will not always be winners. Come on, somebody. Just because we are Christians do not mean you will always win. Come on, help me, somebody. Just because you are a child of God, don't let nobody fool you. You will be victorious at the end, but you will have some losing battles. Come on, somebody. You will not win every time. The Bible speaks about it right here. Here are the children of God, the children of Israel, and they have lost the battle. And I read a story, a short story, reading it again last night. And when I hear the little things that have blessed me and blessed the people of God, I always write them in my phone or write them on my iPad. It says the best time to talk to a team is once they've been lost. Come on, help me, somebody. The best time to teach a team or to talk to them is when they have lost. Come on, somebody. Because now you have their attention. Help me, somebody. Now you can get to them. You can relate to them because why? They want to know how to win. Come on, help me, somebody. And a lot of times we understand that God has our attention, not all the time when things are going well, but so for some folk, God has to allow some things to go bad. Help me, somebody. Sometimes God has to allow things to come to get our attention. Come on, talk to me, somebody. Won't God get your attention?